The Most High urged her with great benevolence that from now on she should many times each day pray for the hastening of the incarnation of the Eternal Word and for the redemption of all the human race, and that she should bewail the sins of men which impede their salvation and restoration. Likewise, he told her that it was now time to exercise all her outward faculties, and that for his own greater glory it was befitting that she should converse with human creatures. Therefore, in order to comply with his wishes, the child said to his Majesty, "Most High Lord and incomprehensible Majesty, how can mere dust venture to treat of such hidden and exalted mysteries? How can she, who is the least of all the women born, dare to converse of secrets so precious in thy sight? How can I win for men thy favor, and what can a creature do that has served thee in nothing? But thou, O my beloved, wilt be obliged by poverty itself. In thee the ailing will find health, the thirsty will find the fountains of thy mercy, and the strength to fulfill thy will. If thou ordainest, O my Lord, that I open my lips in order to converse and speak with others besides thyself, who art all my good and my desire, I beseech thee, consider my frailty and ward off the danger. Very hard it is for rational creatures not to fall into excess in conversation. If it is thy pleasure, I would rather keep silence during all my life, in order to avoid all danger of losing thee. For if this should happen, I shall not be able to outlive it one moment." This was the answer of the most holy child Mary, for she was full of apprehension on account of the new and dangerous duty of conversing with men which was now enjoined on her. As far as her inclinations were concerned, if God had allowed it, she desired to observe inviolate silence and be mute during all her life. O great confusion and shining example for the insipidity of mortals, that she, who could not sin in speech, should tremble at its dangers. And we, who cannot open our mouths without sinning in our words, are consumed with mortal longings after the dissipation of speech. But, O my most sweet child and queen of all creation, how canst thou desire to remain silent? Dost thou forget, my mistress, that thy silence would be the ruin of the world, the sorrow of heaven, and also, according to our ignorant way of understanding it, a dreary void for the most blessed Trinity? Dost thou not know that even in a single one of thy words, namely, in thy answer to the holy archangel, "Let it be done to me according to thy word," thou wilt give the plenitude of perfection to all that exists? To the eternal Father thou givest a daughter, to the eternal Son a mother, to the Holy Ghost a spouse, to the angels reparation, to men redemption, to the heavens glory, peace to the earth, an advocate to the world, health to the sick, life to the dead. In this answer thou givest existence and reality to that which must be considered greater than anything else outside of his own essence, and greater than all the other works that God could decree and ordain. Since thus the greatest work of divine omnipotence and the welfare of all creation depends entirely on thy word, how canst thou desire to be speechless, O my lady and mistress? Speak then, O child, who canst speak so well, and let thy voice be heard through all the vast circles of the heavens. With the most prudent answer of this spouse, the Most High was much pleased, and his heart was again wounded by the loving fear of our great child. Therefore, as if fully requited by their beloved, and as if conferring among themselves in regard to her petition, the three divine persons spoke those words of the canticles. Our sister is little and hath no breasts. What shall we do to our sister in the day when she is to be spoken to? If she be a wall, let us build up on it bulwarks of silver. Little thou art, beloved sister, in thy eyes, but great art thou, and great wilt thou be in our eyes. In this humility thou hast wounded our heart with one of thy hairs. Thou art little in thy own judgment and estimation, and this is what moves us with love for thee. Thou hast not as yet the breasts of nourishing words, but thou also art not a woman according to the law of sin. For in regard to thee, this law does not hold, nor do we wish that it should extend over thee. Thou humblest thyself, though thou art great beyond all creatures. Thou fearest, though thou art secure. Thou guardest against a danger which cannot approach thee. What shall we do for this our sister on the day in which she shall open her lips according to our wish, in order to bless us, while the mortals do it in order to blaspheme against our holy name? What shall we do in order to celebrate so festive a day as that in which she begins to speak? How shall we reward such humble modesty of her, who was always the delight of our eyes? Sweet was her silence, and most sweet will be her voice in our ears. If she is a fortress founded on the abundance of our graces, and made invincible by the power of our right hand, we will build upon such strong walls turrets of silver. We will heap new gifts upon the former ones, and let these our turrets be of silver, so as to make them more rich and precious. Let her words, when she begins to speak, be most pure, candid, strong, and full of meaning to our ears. Let our grace overflow from her lips, and let our powerful arm of protection rest upon her.